Okay, so today we are talking about a case study we've been working on for DMC Recruitment. So DMC Recruitment is a construction and supply chain architecture recruitment company in Canada. And they actually signed up with us when they were they're either a 2 or 3 person company. They're much bigger now and doing pretty well. And they've been with us probably, I want to say 4 years, maybe. And they have gone to this new website here. In fact, let's load up the new website. So this is the new site here. It looks really cool, really good. And they're using a lot of different Refari features throughout it as well, actually, including something that isn't specific to Refari, but something really unique to Canada, which is needing to have a French version of the website as well, for the purpose of conforming to the laws around trading in Quebec, I believe. So that's just something that's really quite interesting about this client site. Now, they actually did have a Refari built site before, and they had if I quickly load up the Refari site, give you the templates, a remind ourselves which template they had built it off. But it was one of the first templates we built, actually. So it wasn't... I think it might have just been the Aphrodite template here. Very straightforward template. It's pretty traditional recruitment website template, if I'm honest. And I think they originally had that website there. And after 4 years with us, they're like, okay, we need to do an update. And they moved to one of our more recent templates. I believe they used the template... There we go. It's this Ymir one, right? They're not in order, so the most recent ones aren't at the bottom. In fact, the most recent ones are... this one, and this one, right? So they've actually all been added this week. So that's the new website that we've built, and we can actually view the old website as well. We do have a copy of the old website. That's the old website here. So this is effectively what they went from and what they went to. And for this client who wanted an upgrade, the actual process is really hands-off, because all they needed to do was say to us, hey, here's our existing website. You already know our branding. You already know our color scheme. You've already got all of our content. Can we have all of that changed to a new template? And they selected the template, and we, of course, gave them a new website. They did make a few little tweaks, a few little changes. Maybe they updated an image here and there, but there wasn't much feedback, and it was pretty straightforward. They didn't have to invest much time in that process at all. And in fact, we do have a lot of clients that want us to build a new website for them that do exactly that. They don't necessarily have to give us heaps of new content if all they're looking for is an upgrade in capability and SEO and look and feel, etc. But they're actually quite happy with the content and maybe even the branding that they had previously. That does happen pretty frequently. So this is the case study. And the reason that we like to do these case studies is we like to talk about the process. And of course, we've just kind of discussed that process here, gave us old website, picked the template, and hey presto, we've got a new website. All right, so that was the process. But the other thing that we like to do is demonstrate what different templates look like using that same brand and content. And the reason that we like to do that is that we find that clients find it difficult to imagine what their brand and content would look like in template 1, template 2, template 3, whatever template it is. They find it difficult to understand how we can convert that template to look and feel like their brand. So what we have done is we've actually built this website 5 times in total. The one that they've actually gone with is the Ymir template, right? And then the other 4 templates here are actually using different templates, but we've built it again using their branding and color scheme. So let's actually just quickly load those up. All right, so we've got those 4 websites. And what we'll also do is load up the original templates for each one of those. And here we go. All right, so this website here was built using the Zeus template. Let's have a quick look at it. Okay, pretty cool. It's got something called particles.js in the background here, just a little funky animation. It tends to be used more by tech recruiters, but it's pretty cool to play with. And if we actually look at the original template for that, you'll see the similarities with the template. And in fact, that template wasn't a hugely different color from the DMC version of it. So it's not a huge stretch to be able to imagine what the DMC template would have looked like when they picked that one. But of course, you can still see there are some differences. The next one, let's have a quick look at this one. This one is using the IDEN template. And a big testimonial grid at the bottom as well. So this client does actually use our top rec system, so that means they're generating heaps of testimonials and reviews, which means they can position themselves better as well. And let's quickly compare that IDEN template with the actual template. Okay, so the template, when you look at it, just purely because of the image selection, it makes it feel like a tech company. It really does, or a tech recruitment agency. And I think what's interesting is how much that image selection will impact people's choices, because they'll look at that image and go, oh, well, this is clearly a recruitment template for tech recruitment. Whereas DMC recruitment don't work in tech recruitment at all. They work in architecture and design recruitment and building materials, etc. And you'll see that simply changing that image, it is the same template, but it looks completely different. So what these templates do is they provide us with a really good starting point so that when we want to put everything together, we can do so much quicker than if we're building something from scratch. Of course, we've spent a long time investing in these templates to make sure that we've got something that we can roll out quickly for clients. And the other thing is, not only can we roll it out quicker, it also gives our clients a good starting point in terms of knowing what they're looking for, right? And the other thing to note is that you can transplant features from one template to another. So for example, if a client said to us, hey, we really like the IDEN template. However, is there a chance that we can use the particles.js? I mean, I know that the client wouldn't know to call it that, but is there any chance that we can use this animation on this template? And the answer is absolutely yes, right? We can transplant features between one template to another, but these templates act as a really good repository where we can go and put all of our ideas, anything that we come up with that we think, oh, that's cool, we think a client will like that. We'll put it in a template so that it becomes available and clients know that we can do it. It's all about giving you guys the ability to know what we can do. So yeah, this is the IDEN template, and that's obviously what we built for DMC. Let's have a look at the next one. The next one is a template called the vidar template. And interestingly, this vidar template, I've actually said it before in a different video. Because of the image selection, I always feel that this template lends itself to architecture recruitment. It just feels kind of blocky, and I think it's a blocky website design, quite lots of squares, offset squares. And it's interesting how well those offset squares obviously work with an image of a building, which is also offset cubes or offset cuboids. So that it always feels like an architecture or construction type website template. But again, if we change that image to something else, this website would feel completely different. It really would. So yeah, when we obviously put the DMC stuff in there, it feels like it works right away. The client didn't ultimately end up selecting this one, but I think it was in the shortlist for sure. So that's the vidar template, and let's look at the last one, which is the Hephaestus. I actually googled how to say that one yesterday, just in case anyone's interested. All of our template sites are named after Greek gods or Norse gods. It was a decision we made right near the beginning. Sometimes I now regret it, especially considering we've got templates like Hephaestus, and as I say, I did Google yesterday how to say that one. Most of them aren't too difficult to say, but we do have things like Njord with an N and a J next to it, which is a little bit difficult to say. But yeah, so anyway, that's how the nomenclature came to be for the different websites. And if we quickly review that website again, that's the site that we've built for DMC Recruitment. And that is the template from which it was built. This template feels a lot more should we say it feels more like design recruitment, or maybe even generalist recruitment. It's not really specific, because a person looking in one direction isn't really specific to any type of recruitment. But of course, changing that image to something that's a bit more construction focused, or building materials focused, and all of a sudden this website does feel like a design materials and construction recruitment company. So I guess that's the point that we're trying to demonstrate with these templates is, or with these case studies even, is to show you that taking your branding and your color scheme and putting it in a website, this doesn't feel like a template website. This feels like a custom website, right? And it's only if you actually happen to watch one of these videos that I'm recording right now that you kind of understand that it's based off a template, and we've just taken their branding, copy, etc., and put it in that template. But for 99.99% of the world out there, they're going to view your website and they're going to, oh wow, this is cool. This is really custom. I love how custom this website is. They're not going to know it's a template site. So that's the other thing that's worth kind of reiterating here. And lastly, we do have a lot of templates. So if you consider all of the different branding and copy and image selection permutations that there are, we could, how many templates have we got now? We added 3 more yesterday, 3 on each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 30 templates now. Right, so we added 3 more templates yesterday. So there's 30 templates. And I imagine that you could probably build, off those 30 templates, you could probably build 3,000 recruitment websites, and no one would notice that websites are starting to look similar, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, there's a lot of variety and opportunities there, given the existing templates that we have. And then, as I said, there's a lot of clients that also come to us that say, oh, I really like this template, but can we use the hero section from this template? And then, of course, you've got a completely bespoke design, because you're using, chunks and parts of different websites to ultimately put together the website that you're after. So that is the new DMC recruitment website. Let's actually look at the real one again. There we go. And that's that. If anyone would like to find out more information about other case studies, look towards the bottom of this page, and there are some links to some other case studies. You can watch more videos like this one, where I talk through that process and what it was like building those other websites. Thank you.